Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Bum 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 bum. Is anybody out there in YouTube land? What? Hello, is this Super Chat Questions? It can be a question via, let me send you the link. It's normally better either by, in the description where the PayPal is, so you can either use that, or, where are we? Oh, links, that's the wrong one. Hey, how you doing? Hi. I'm really not prepared. I'm just testing a new camera. Let me see. None of these are it. Something. I think it was under that. Nope. How's everybody doing? You have to excuse me while I'm trying to get things all set up. Car question, Sarah Car t-shirt channel here, something, post for your code in case I lose it. All links to channels. This might be it. Just Giving page, there we go. Copy. Hey, how you doing, DK? I've got to sign into chat as well. Hold on. Paste. So that should be the Just Giving. Or will I have love anytime soon? I don't know. Are you going out anywhere? Let's see. So, DK. Name, social security number, and everything is what I need. Yeah, I'm going to need your name though. That is a typical question. Will I find a job? Will I find a needle in a haystack? You alright, Tiffany, love? How you doing? We're testing out. Perfect. I'm testing out. I just bought a new web link. For some reason, I was going live on it before, and everything was working fine. But I use a thing called OBS, Streamlabs Desktop, to go live, and the camera wasn't working with the computer, so I've just had to spend £100, waste another £100 to get a cam link so I can string it up to the computer and get everything rigged out, and I don't know why it was working and then it wasn't, so it's really annoying me. I've spent so much money on camera equipment just trying to get live stuff going, and every time I try do I fail. Has anybody else had a lot of trouble just lately around electronics, or is it just me? Like, my phone seems to be blinking on and off. My girlfriend's TV was blinking on and off earlier on. There was just loads of stuff. New love coming in. Do you want me to call out the name Tiffany? I graduate in about 2 months. Hopefully I'll have life afterwards. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, you'll need a full extensive reading if it's going to be 2 months before you're looking. Because it'll be longer than that, right? Tiffany love. Tiffany love. Well, you should be getting some attention. Money might be very difficult at the moment. Why does everyone want to know about love? I don't know. I mean, you can know about work, but, you know, I say this to everybody. Work is so hard in order to determine when it comes to tarot. Because if you're self-employed and you have your own company, fair enough, there's a good chance that it might, you'll have a decline and then an incline. I have it all the time with my channel. Goes up and then it goes down. Okay, Patron was really good. I got rid of it, went onto another channel, and it went down. And now I have to build it up again. So depending on how much work I put into it, it'll be the amount I get paid. If you want to know about work, if you're self-employed, but if you work for someone, what's your wages going to be? Exactly the same as what they've always been, So it's always a very difficult one. But Tiffany Love. So, Tiffany, work might be a bit difficult with money, okay, at the moment. You might not be getting on so well with family members if you have them. Because it feels like I want to make a financial move, but I don't know if a financial move is going to work. Okay, so I would need to know from you what your financial move is kind of thinking of in order for me to help you. But it feels like that I'm looking for something that's going to financially support me, but it looks as if it might be a little bit difficult here. Okay, for the money. Tiffany Love. Feels like that you might have someone around you, but if you do, there's no one accepting of it as well. You've got a fear of engulfment. I can't promote this enough, really. No, I will do you in a sec, DK. Sorry, I thought we was kind of like joking around. I will do you. I'll do you in a second. I'll go on to Tiffany first, and then I'll do you second. So Tiffany, yeah, it feels if you've got someone around you, they're not accepting it, but I can't promote the channeled stuff that I've been doing over on the teaching tier about fear of engulfment and also rejection and abandonment. Okay, that's really important if you want to understand partners and twin flames, of why they're not accepting and why they run and why they don't open up. Okay, feels like a smothered energy. Someone that you've probably been dealing with is not accepting of an offer. Okay, or you're not. I mean, it could be either way. Okay, but it feels like that what I've gone through is an awakening, also an ending. Still can't get through to a person to change them. I want to remain independent. There you go then. That's more you. I mean, have you got Scorpio like I have in my chart? Have you got Scorpio in your chart? Feels like a very independent card. Can't be asked, can't be bothered. Just want to be on my own. I really can't be doing with any of this love malarkey bollocks. I haven't gone to new site yet. Okay, the new site is really important. I'll get to you in a second, Garnet Goddess. I've also got DK to do. Yeah, the new site is really good if you go on the gold tier or the teaching, but I would say gold tier because it's cheaper and you get weeklies, monthlies in the teaching. And I've dived right into, I'm actually going to do one tomorrow again, about rejection and abandonment, but also engulfment, of where it feels as if I'm suffocated by a parent. Okay, and I've always found it very difficult because I've been taught to close down, emotionally open up, emotionally close down, emotionally open up, and I do not like pressure. When it comes to a relationship, okay, when a person wants your love and affection, it feels very strange to feel love, what love really is, because you was taught to close down and open up and close down and open up, especially for Scorpio energy. Okay, so when it comes to twin flames and soulmates, we actually don't realise that we could be the ones that are actually pushing someone away because we don't want that attention, we don't want that love, we don't want to get someone too close to us. So, Aquarius and Aries. Okay, so that could be Aries because that's a 4. Okay, and that is a 4 as well. I don't know if you're a life path 4. Let's see, Tiffany Love. You've got someone here that's kind of in and out and in and out. This would be more of a one night stand or a friend type sort of going out type sort of thing here. I don't know if there's a possibility of someone that you're kind of looking at, but there's someone there that you should be talking to very soon. It could be a new person of interest. And if it really isn't love that you're interested in, they can just be friends or children if you have them. Tiffany Love. 4 of Swords. You've got a lot of 4s. Scorpio, Aries. Scorpio, Aries. I don't suppose you're a life path 4, Tiffany, are you? Pisces, Sun and Rising. Oh, so you got Aquarius and Aries, Pisces Sun and Rising. Okay, but you've got a lot of fours around you, so I don't know who's Scorpio or Aries. Well, you're Aries, but you've got a lot of Scorpio or life path fours, because you've got three of them. Seems to be coming from a mum, from a mother energy here. Like, this is, you know, I mean, I don't know if you had a difficult time with parenting here, but this is exactly what I've been teaching. Like, the moon is also a can't breathe, can't think, you've got time. Like, you know, a lot of sort of like, oh, you know, pressure. And it feels that way. It feels that this could even be my sex energy is in the metaphysical. Oh, okay. So there it is. That is the metaphysical connection, and it's there, but it's not there. That's why the moon is here. But there's also something that's also stopping you. I don't know, you know, I don't want to divulge too much into your life, but you are getting a tarot reading. But I don't know what it was like as a child growing up with a mum here, with or without one here. But that seems to be a big process of what might be stopping you here. Because there's a lot of closing down, opening up, closing down, opening up, closing down, opening up. You know, all cards here, they're not making any sense because they're both closed, both not open for business, and then suddenly I am open for business. Right, so can't clear my head. Yeah, it's kind of that. And it can, like I said, it's, you know, if you go to the teachings here, it'll make a hell of a lot of sense. Okay, that's the sense that makes none, but it will do when you look at fear of engulfment. That too much pressure and being wanted is not what I want, but then I do, but then I don't, and then I do. Because I have fear of abandonment, but then also fear of engulfment as well. So that's suffocated by people and can't breathe. I can't stay around long. I'm in and out and in and out. Okay, that might not be, that'll be subconsciously coming from you here, subconsciously. Born from parents, subconsciously, your pattern of behaviour of why things are kind of going in some kind of direction but not really going in one is because of the engulfment energy here. Feeling like I'm kind of slowed down. I have mum stuff going on with my mum. She's 78 now. I'm moving in. Okay. What about father when you was growing up? I don't mean it doesn't have to come from parents, but it's like I said. There's this undisclosed Scorpio feeling here. Pressure. I mean, are you a life path 4? Do you know your life path? Because that would be major. Yeah, there's a lot of blocking energy here. I mean, I keep picking up Scorpio. You know, you've got 2 there, another one here, and a possible energy of Scorpio here. But this is normally Virgo for me. But again, and it feels like I'm pressured. I mean, if you're a life path, if you don't know your life path and you're a life path 4, that'll open up a world of a box of realizing what's going on here. You know, he passed when I was 12. There you go. That's your independence. That's why you said that I feel like I want to be independent, because of being an independent child of one parent. Okay, so you lost one parent at the age of 12. That was bred into your subconscious was to be independent because it's just me and mum, or like one parent guardian. So struggle. Okay, but then it would have been shown love, but only from one energy. So subconsciously you've built up this, whether you know it or whether you don't, is why your energy is like in, out, shake it all about, I want it, I don't, I feel pressured, I'm in the metaphysical and I'm still learning, but subconsciously what is trapped is that engulfment energy here. My boss is a Scorpio, I went to school with him. Okay. So is that any kind of so that's your boss? Well, I mean it feels like that your boss is kind of like listening and they're not listening if you start looking at it as work. Like if you're wanting a pay rise, it doesn't feel as if you're going to get one. You might get a small one if you was to ask, but it really wouldn't be much. Because this is like, you know, work. This is your boss. Not really listening, maybe. Okay, not budging, but then kind of. But only a little bit. But yeah, very difficult energy because it's, like I said, it's fast and it's metaphysical and it's there, sexual tension, but it doesn't seem to be there in the physical. So it seems to be a lot of what twin flame soulmates go through. Spiritual awakening is where I'm feeling empathic. Empathic is a very sexual person, an empath, because they feel energy. So when they feel energy, they can feel all sorts of stuff. That's why a lot of people kind of wonder, what is going on with me? And that is why sexually that goes on with empaths, because they're learning to feel energy and to daydream and to manifest and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So your energy and your head and your mind can be all over the place, really. But yeah, a difficult one to know exactly. A death card. King of Pentacles, yeah, that's probably your boss then. Very stable individual, not budging or moving. That's the money man. Four of Cups. But that would also be loss of father. You see, exactly what I was saying to you. This is also like a past energy. Your energy, why it is so scattered, Tiffany love, is because of this. Because of the death of my father at 12. You see, the loss of a father a long time ago, and then mother energy of the moon represents this energy here. So when you first said about independence and feeling like I want to be independent and kind of left alone, but I kind of don't know what I want because my energy's everywhere, and you mentioned independence, that's where it's coming from. The engulfment of a single parent raising here. So that's affecting your love life and stuff like that. He started it, I feel, his energy. Yeah. Yeah. So that can be your boss, that is the money man, but that's probably why you could also gravitate towards that energy. Because I'm really picking up a lot of signs for you, Tiffany, here about mother moving in, but also loss of father in the past. That is having an adverse effect of why you're having this probable connection, maybe with your boss here. Okay, because when we lose family members or we have controlled environments of, that's where a lot of, say, I don't know, I'm going to have to label women, but because I hear a lot from them sometimes, but where they say, you know, I don't want a man that has mummy issues, that wants me to treat them like their mother. That sometimes can go vice versa. It can also be where a female seeks out a very stable energy of a sugar daddy because of having problems around losing my father when I was younger. So I gravitate more towards successful daddy, kind of like look after me type sort of energy. And you can do that subconsciously and not know it. Looking for something stable in my life because of if you look at a two-legged table, okay, when one is gone, it's very unstable. When it's two, it's stable. Okay, so when you grow up through parenting, if you have one, it's unstable-ish. When you have two, it becomes hopefully what it is. So when you grow up on your own, you learn these lessons that come at you karmically here. Yeah, you're right, Sheena. How you doing? You're right. Did you like when I was a lot thinner and I did the video? I did see your comment. When I first did that, that was about 18 years ago, that one. I was a lot younger then and a hell of a lot thinner. That was when I was on my spiritual journey and was seeing loads of shit and stuff and started to do videos where I was saying, everybody on Facebook was like, Steve, you need to go on the camera and show your face and talk about all this stuff that you're talking about. And I was like, I don't really need to, but I will. But comes from in here, really. Yeah. But yeah, you've got a progression there, Tiffany. Yeah, that was me about 18 years ago. My boss isn't that. We are both divorcing. Okay. Well, there looks as if there could be a possibility there, but I think you're also kind of like teetering as well. There. Because there's talking and it can progress. It's up to you. It can progress. There is a lot of thinking here. And there is sexual tension. here. So it's kind of like a connection that's trying to form but has its blocks. That might be because of the divorcing. Oh please, we both cute in the face and think in the waist. Yeah, you have no idea how much that helps. Yeah. I got a load of those. I saved all of my videos. I think I've got about 250 videos of when I was waking up and I was talking about loads of bollocks, and I ended up taking them all down. And I was doing video editing, and I was talking about law of attraction and fucking all sorts of stuff, and a cup and a plate, and I went right into one. I think I've done 250 videos, and I've still got them all on my hard drive somewhere. I just took them all off the old channel. But that was the first one. Well, that wasn't the first one. That was the first one that I did when I went in front of the camera, fully, like everything. The first ones were about where it's just me on my chest here, talking about a cup and stuff and whatnot. And yeah, that was when I was first twin flame energy. That was yeah. That was when I was connected to the Libra for 7 years and went through my went through my first spiritual awakening at that time. That was crazy shit. That was. I was seeing all sorts of stuff. Believing in watching all of the shit about, write it down on a piece of paper, send it up to the moon. Oh God, I've literally done everything and thought, what a load of crap this is. Oh dear. But yeah, you got a bit there. You're truly brilliant, and I sincerely mean it. Thank you. Laugh my ass. I'm a Libra. Yeah, I got addicted to the Libra. Yeah. There was something about the Libra there that was, I don't know. I mean, you guys know what it's like to have a twin flame first one, right? When you just can't. There's nothing that you can do. I mean, you know, she was extremely attractive. And just flirted and teased and God knows what else, and I just formed this really strong attraction to this girl. And every time I went away from her, I felt drained, tired, fell asleep when I got home. I didn't know why, until suddenly I realised that I had a tarot card reading when I was a child, and I was into tarot card readings, and I wanted to know what the hell was going on with me. Why, when I disappeared away from this girl, did I feel tired and drained, and I didn't understand. And this was like 18, 19 years ago. So I looked on Google and looked up tarot card reader, and then realised that there was a few people at that time doing things on YouTube. And I was like, holy shit. And then I found out about soulmates, and I was like, holy fuck. And then that was when I started having spiritual awakenings. Such a valid point about liking people trying to avoid their karma, and whenever it's like you can't move the planets, there's nothing you can do. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one, that piece of information they gave me. Yeah, I used to shout and scream at people. I forgot about that one. I have to bring that back. Yeah, planets, they don't move out your way, they move in your way. You know, they do, and then they move out your way when you don't want it. But yeah, mainly planets move in your way and stop you. I'm going to do a load of chakra readings and not realising that a planet is there to actually block it. You don't want it opening. You haven't really got much of a choice. Okay, DK, are you still there? Yeah. Oh yeah, Sheena, I don't know what happened with the Felix. That was crazy, that was. Yeah, she wouldn't show her face for some reason. For some reason, she wouldn't do a camera face-to-face talk. There was a load of talking on the phone, but no matter what I did, she would not do a video call on via her face. And then yeah, just shit went off. Anyway, let's get back. So DK, there you go. So what is your question, DK? Yeah. So DK, do you want me to call out that actual name of DK? DK. Yeah, no, it's not. She it went fucking drastically fucking wrong. She never showed her face for 6 months, and then I realised that she was wasting my time. And I gave her an ultimatum and said, look, you're either going to turn up on the 6 months. She said that I want you to wait for 6 months without showing her face, and wanted me to trust in the process, not show up at all. And then when it came close to the 6 months that I was waiting, on the last day told me that she's not coming. And yeah, catfished pretty much. So DK, Deanne, is it I'll say DK. Deanne. Yeah. DK. Whoa, DK. I was gonna say DK. It's a bit like a BJ, really. You got sexual tension going on here with someone that you like that you're not even speaking to. So I don't know if you got children or you are the child of a parent that you're not speaking to here. Yeah, I don't know. She wouldn't. I don't know. Apparently, she was so beautiful. She would send me loads of pictures of herself. But yeah, I mean, they looked processed. If they were processed to shit, really, they were all kind of like superimposed pictures. But I don't know. You know, if you don't show your face for 6 months, there's a reason why you're not, right? Why would you not? And it's only 2 hours up the road. Why would you not let me come and see you for 6 months? It's a bit strange. Wasn't until I caught on. Is the initials are BJ? Oh, really? I must be psychic. What do you know? Yeah. So anyway, it looks like you're probably not speaking to this person, but man, y'all got a sexual attraction to him. His name is BJ. Really? Is it? My name is Blow Job. DK. You're right, BJ. Do you want some DK? Oh, probably not. That's the trouble. It's difficult to get through to this person, I feel. BK. So, I don't know if money is also a slight issue here. Family members again, man. I'm really, like, my readings are changing so much now, where I seem to be seeing the patterns of behaviour. Like, instead of the reading, I'm seeing the past energy of patterns of behaviour now, if you know what I'm saying. And so much of it is coming through of this engulfed energy, where a lot of people are being pushed and can't understand why they're chasing and the other person's going because of pressure. But it's very difficult to get through. But again, as a child, raised this in a certain way of being rejected maybe, and then the rejection makes me wonder why I'm not wanted, and why I can't get through to my connection, and why you're not forming a solid connection. So the connection itself are built around engulfment and abandonment, rejection, okay, and then realizing that someone's not paying me attention that I want and why. So when we start going through everyone says, you know, fear of abandonment, so on and so forth, rejected and trying to get through to the connection, but they're not listening, they're not wanting. It's the same kind of scenario here. I may not be speaking to the person that I want to be with. Could have problems going on with a father or mother here also, okay, from the past or present. Yeah, things going really slowly. You could be dealing with a donkey, Capricorn. But yeah, not going anywhere. Very slow. Go stop. I'm good, thank you. Elza, really? It's not far off Alzabub. Are you a Capricorn? DK. I keep thinking of a blowjob. I don't know why. That's a bit strange when there's loads of women on here and I'm a guy and all I can hear is BJ. But King of Cups, when you're in love with a man that don't want it. That's the difficulties of a man. It's a masculine energy that you're gravitating towards that could be not showing you the signs that you want here. If it is, it's slowly creeping up. Was I mentioned in the will? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that one even if you paid. There is a very... it feels like I really care for this person and I really want to be with them. They're just doing the man thing, you know. There's two possible men here. One's left. I don't know if you've got an ex in the past, because someone's gone, like Elvis Presley here. Gone with the wind. And then there seems to be someone else that I'm kind of interested in, that I'm going towards in the future. What is going on with this me here? Camera. DK. The star. So you're in a metaphysical connection, DK. Okay. Okay, DK, BJ with BJ, DK, okay. So you're in a metaphysical connection. So you're feeling the tension. You're probably dripping like a fuck fridge. Y'all got loads of stuff going on. I really care for this person. But they're doing the man thing. Libra. Ooh, the pesky Libras. Libra, I'm a leprechaun. Is this person Ireland, from Ireland or something? Ex-husband is long gone. Yeah, that's the ex-husband. I don't know if you had children together or not, but yeah, that's Elvis. Elvis has definitely left the building. Libra. Possible marriage coming up in the future. No offence, Sheena. You gotta love the Libras. 7 years. 7 years addicted to a Libra. What on earth? Probably longer than that. DK. Oh dear. It's been a hard day's night and I've been working like a Leo. Yeah, feels like the same pan that everybody gets in. I'm in a metaphysical connection. It's not really going anywhere, and when it does, when it gets there, it does nothing but this. Okay, which is what it does on the tin. Nothing really, apart from just go through daughter Libra. Oh, okay, there you go. So that's why it's right underneath daughter energy here, and then here. So why is that focusing on? I don't know. Yeah, here. So you might have a lot of arguments maybe that come up through daughter. Maybe, you see, this is why I'm kind of saying to everybody, some people have took offence to it, and nobody needs to ever take an offence because it's set in stone. Destiny is preordained, okay? You don't never really have free will or a choice. You can take one, but you soon get redirected back, okay? To know that it was a bad choice, bad option, I need to make another one because time isn't really there. So, children, what I was saying about being, you know, separated from husband and so on and so forth, children learn a certain way that end up either having one, fear of rejection and abandonment, or engulfment energy of where it starts to play a part in their life when they get older. That's why you now have conflict with a child because of past energies here. So like, say for instance, DK, that you were here and you're saying, okay, I've got a right problem with my mother or father, okay, that would be exactly the same of like when your child gets older, they would possibly be seeking advice for what's going on in their relationship, because it's just a chain that is bred through all of us. Okay, I'm a big adversary of fear of engulfment, because of the, you know, being rejected growing up through kind of situations within life. When I get close, I don't, you know, I always feel as if I'm getting closest to something and then being forced to close down, to open up, to close down, to open up, to close down. You know, that engulfment energy, that can also play a havoc later on in life where you want big things, you want big dreams, you want bigger house, bigger home, bigger car, because you can have a fear of close spaces. Okay, so that's why a lot of us that are spiritual end up isolating ourselves away from humanity and people, because we feel as if we're engulfed in too much energy around us as an empath. So we all basically suffer from fear of engulfment. Too much energy, too much space for people, give me some space. That's what happens when you become masculine. Like if you go from feminine to masculine, that's why that a lot of people say, why does my masculine not open up? Why do they cheat, lie, and not pay any attention and run in the opposite direction? It's because they have fear of engulfment. Okay, being suffocated by a person that wants to love them, but they don't truly know what true love really is. None of us do. None of us have really experienced what true love is, because everybody feels love in a different way. They express it in a different way. Okay, because feelings are momentarily. They change with like the wind. Okay, feelings day in and day out, hourly, minutely, seconds. You know, you could be on here and I could say, DK, you are such a lovely girl, right? And then I could say, right, fuck you, right? You would take an offence to that, and your feelings against me would change instantaneously. They would change instantaneously. Okay, so feelings are one of metaphysics that don't make any sense, because they change so quick. You can't keep a grasp of them. That's why on your journey you'll experience a lot of this, because what you're learning of an empath is to understand your own feelings. Okay, when they change, why are they changing? Who's changing them? Is it me? Is it other people? Or is it how I was raised? Okay, all of those kind of things are subconsciously what you'll go through karmically along your journey until you get here. When you get here, the same will happen to you, where you'll have an interest and you'll think, why do people want me when I don't want them? Right? Because you would have spent so long chasing. You'll have the opposite effect later. But yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to your reading, Life Path 7 as well, there you go. There you go. Huge fear of engulfment of Life Path 7s. That's why they either chase or they run. If you guys are not understanding numerology yet, it's really important to understand. Numerology of your life path will change from a low vibration of a card being in its lowest, meaning in reverse here. Okay, when you reach the age of about 30, 27 to 30, that's when you start maturing. You go into the highest vibration of your card. But the actual card itself will show you, like if you're a 7, you know, if you never had any boundaries as a child and you was a, you know, black sheep of the family and you was always the one that didn't have any boundaries, the friends treated you like shit, you know, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Now I'm kind of the leader of my own group and find it very difficult to let people close to me, friends, family or whatever, because I've now learnt so many boundaries that I've now started to not let people in, that when I'm masculine, learning about a 7, I can't understand why people all want my attention that I don't now want. But when I was a child, I did. I seek the attention that, you know, I never got. I was always the one that had to ring friends up and, you know, chase them. I was never really the popular one. Other people were more popular than me. When I've learnt these, I then become this. Then people see me as arrogant. Right? So it's very important to understand about your life path number. It will change halfway through. The number that you're connected with will mean a lot. Like Emily, who I'm with, Emily is a 5. I'm a 7. Okay? So 5s, fear of rejection and abandonment, self-sabotage. 7s, fear of engulfment, running in the opposite direction. I don't know what love is. Right? But when I was connected to the Libra that we were talking about a minute ago, when I first started waking up 18 years ago, my 7 was showing me chase, 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 chase. Because at the time I was below the age of 30 at that point. So I was chase, 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 chase. The Libra for 7 years never worked. Continued to go. When I started to progress, when I started to get older, my life path became me being the runner and the masculine energy that now make my own choices. And if I'm on my own, I'm on my own. But again, more masculine. Okay. So you become the runner. Then I meet a 5 that has fear of rejection and abandonment, that teaches me about fear of engulfment, of connection, not wanting it, not knowing why, because of abandonment. You see. So it'll show you a hell of a lot if you can understand numerology, and the people that you're connected with in life know your numbers and theirs. Okay, so important. You'd learn a hell of a lot more about tarot if you was to start looking at life path energies. Okay. Yeah, there's money here. Yeah, you're going through a. This is probably where you'll start calling people narcissists. And I don't know if you've seen the new vlog that I've just put out with Emily. It was only really quickly, but I was doing her one, she did me one. And she came up with this, and I was like calling her a narcissist. But we was having a laugh. But, you know, you throw this around all the time. You're controlling, you're controlling, you're controlling. You know, I'm trying to control the love that you want that I don't. You know, and I can't get a need met. So let's see what we've got. There, a 5. Okay, truth 5. There you go, 5. So, same with a Libra, even crazy, not yet. Yeah, so if you add the two numbers together, that's where you'll get your karmic value number. So me and Emily are a 3. We make a 7 and a 5 make a 3. So every 3 days we were breaking up, not understanding why. Because of fear of rejection, abandonment that was coming from a 5. Me being a 7, running in the opposite direction, not wanting to be controlled or loved. Emily thinking that she was going to be abandoned, that I didn't want her. Okay, so she was rejecting me, but not knowing. I was thinking, what the hell is going on? Because I have fear of engulfment. You work too much, you don't spend enough time with me. You're not giving me enough time, you're adding pressure. Pressure, pressure, can't breathe. Run the opposite direction. Dynamic. Goes to a 3. Every 2 or 3 days, same thing happened. 2 or 3 days, same thing happened. And you go around that 3 constantly and constantly until you get the lesson. Fortunately, we got it after some time. But so if you're going through the same thing, DK, it's very important to understand that, right? So if you look at this will probably help you more than me doing this right here. Let me show you. So 7 of Swords, right? What is the 7 of Swords carrying? 5. So it runs from what to Libra, right? 2, right? But it runs from making a decision, because when it comes at a 7, like I said, it'll either go one way or the other. So beginning of sector of life, this chasing, 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 chasing in its lowest vibration. You know, I can never get what I want, and I get really angry when I keep trying to always chase people down, but they don't never really. I always go towards them all the time. Now I'm the one that escapes everybody. Okay, that everybody comes towards me that I don't want, but I have fear of engulfment because it has a 5 within its hand of sabotage, mind games, manipulation. You're trying to manipulate me. You're pressuring me because what? I'm working. No, I'm just like, you're not giving me any time. You're adding more pressure now, where I see it as a mind game of control. You're not playing games with me. I'm the leader of my own life. I don't need pressure. So what does that relate to? Parenting. I feel pressured, and when I do, I was taught to close down, open up, close down, open up. Okay, so I need to get away so I can think. I need space to breathe, so I need to just take the drive, go out, be on my own, get away. Okay. So that'll happen within your dynamic of 5 and 7. I know it's not a 3, but that represents a hell of a lot just within that one card. Okay, so you could be chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing until you understand to not add pressure. When you don't add pressure, things come to you naturally, even though you feel it. Don't forget, a feeling is metaphysical. It's just a feeling. Okay, so you'll realize that the more you go towards the energy, the more you're pushing. Empaths are very strong. What they don't realize is a lot of the time an empath is very draining, you know, because they, you know, empaths believe or whatnot, oh, I'm so drained. right? But an empath is very draining because they absorb all of your energy. They require a hell of a lot of time to figure out who the hell they are, right? So when they come running at you like a fucking lunatic, with my chakras are all open, draining your energy, right? They wonder why people are like, oh my god, you're so like, I can't be around you too long because you're fucking confusing, and I'm yawning and I'm tired, and I don't realise that the fact that you're draining my energy goes both ways for empaths. For a start, you'll learn the fact that you'll think that people are draining yours, but you're actually draining theirs. When you get tired, you want more energy. That's why you go towards it. Okay, so learning to be an empath, you'll spend a lot of energy through your awakening thinking that someone else is draining your energy, but really you're just spending it all, karmically spending it, giving it to Saturn. So you're spending the energy, okay, but what you're also doing is draining other people because you go towards another human soul to latch onto them, to drain their energy, to ascend. Right? This is why I run from empaths. I'm like, right, you're a fucking raving lunatic, I'm out. Good luck with your awakening, just stay over there. Right? So you have to be very careful around people that are waking up, because they come at you like a vampire, not realizing that they're draining your energy. Okay? So your energy is precious. This is why we isolate. Right? So you'll learn a lot through this, but your reading is just representing a cycle of control. You're being controlled for destiny, really. What you're doing is control for the heart of the sun, right? So you are kind of like waking up and realizing about fear, rejection and abandonment and stuff like that. You're a narc, well, we're all just knocking on heaven's door, really. But yeah, I'm very empathic as well. Yeah, I mean, I get this a lot. Learning about empathy is very, it's not as clean cut as 5 signs that you're an empath. Load of bollocks. Live it and then fucking explain it. You spend a lot of energy, but you drain it. You drain people. This is why you can be talking to them. Oh my god, listen, blah blah, and they're like, oh god. Right, shit, empath, you've just literally fucking absorbed all of my energy. Well, I feel great. Yeah, I don't. I feel shit. And I didn't realise I've just drained all your energy. Sorry, but I was so fascinated about this new reader or this, and before you know it, you're draining everybody's energy. And it's not until you realise what is energy is yours and to find your own source of energy. That's why I said electrical equipment or something that you can control has better sources of energy than humans, because you can it doesn't drain you and you don't drain it, you just focus. But that's more teaching bollocks there. Anyway, so DK, yeah, you're dealing with a narc, or you're kind of going through fear at the moment. Fear is not great, because this is normally where you fear the Reaper, you fear the Twin Flame, you fear the person that you want to be with. And then you'll also be going through karmic stuff with your daughter there. So, who was next? We had Garnet Goddess. Is still there, Garnet? Is the Virgo still secretly wanting to keep the connection with his ex? Or is he honest? He's waiting, counselling, and to cut her off. Does he intend on reconciliation with her if I leave? Well, that is a predicament and a half. Yeah, I do. Yeah, light bulbs flickering and fucking iPad's not working and God knows what else. I've spent an absolute fortune this week just trying to get a capture card so I can do this. It's been an absolute pain. Hello, Angel. Michael, how you doing? Instead of throwing you in jail, yeah. So Garnet Goddess, are you still there or have you disappeared? We're going to have to go on to the next person that paid then, which was, I think it was Angel. What AJ feels towards me right now? AJ, how does AJ feel about? Oh God. Passionate, loving, sex. So I'm doing yours. Is it Angel? Sorry, you guys do realise I'm also dyslexic, right? It's a right pain. How does AJ feel about AJ? Well, you have got here. Feels towards me right now. Messages from him. Well, love, passion, soulmate here. Sexually, yes, here. So you should have communication. Love and lust, kind of thing, really. This is sort of like learning about love and lust because of the 2 and Gemini energy here. So he's trying to figure out, is it just one night stand love, lust, or is it leading to something more? Oh dear, but Harry's got a problem with his wand. You got it upside down. Harry's, he could be suffering here a little bit. Oh man, I am a male. How do I put this? Some men can suffer slightly here through wanting sex and then not wanting sex. Has he got ADHD or bipolar by any chance here? That's a big sexual kind of trouble. But yeah, it feels like that he's kind of got this passion and it's love and then it's gone. And then it's there and then it isn't. It's just like Harry Potter's wand, really. Kind of like Legardian Laviosa, and it's there and then it isn't. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of metaphysical energy here, or Three of Cups in reverse. Y'all going through the old twin flame metaphysics again. There's a majority of people on here as well, though. It's more, it could be coming from you as well, is when you are metaphysically connected to someone, you will be dripping like a fuck fridge, so you will be all over the place. You'll be thinking all kinds of erotic thoughts, fantasizing, all of that kind of stuff. Possibly him as well, but then when it comes down to the actual deed of commitment, it doesn't seem to be going much further than just metaphysics at the moment. But there's a lot of, like I said, empaths banging one out, it's kind of, empaths like, right, bedtime, let's go to the bank upstairs, and the images that are in my head, oh my God, is that looks like, sorry, Ali, I just it's very small and I can't see very much. Looks like Michael Myers, and I was talking about Michael Myers earlier. Whatever happened to Michael Myers? Stopped making movies years ago. AJ, feel about. Oh man, y'all getting all of the. Really? Hold on a minute. This ain't right. These are upside down. Oh, I do hate cards that are in the reverse. It really throws me off here. Well, it feels it's still the same. It's still metaphysical. It's still kind of there, but not there, really. Yeah. Still showing me signs of metaphysics. It's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking involved, which you do when you have a Two of Cups. You form obsessions. You can't have a twin flame without obsession, because that has to lead to the codependency of being curious. When you're curious and you're obsessed, that's the only way you get rid of codependent energy. Have to be addicted in order to understand being celibate, and yeah. You don't have to do the twin flame celibacy bollocks. There's is he my soulmate? Yeah, soulmate. So, oh yeah, I forgot about. Sorry, I kind of forget sometimes people on an earlier stage of first question, first reading, are they my soulmate? Yeah. That's sort of beginning stages, really. Yeah, soulmate, but it's more lust energy. You're kind of learning here about being an empath and waking up. Here, Seven of Cups would mean metaphysics connected via spirit, but it's not humans that put spiritual connections together. It's a spirit. Okay. Hoping for union of the Three of Cups, but it's hard work getting there through your awakening and your spiritual connection of thoughts that are just leading to more answers and questions of trying to find out what on earth is going on. You know, is there another person? Is there not another person? You know, why are they not committing, and why do I find that I have to ask a tarot reader for questions and not the person that I love? You know, the moment that you need to ask a tarot card reading about, or a tarot reader about what's going on with my soulmate twin flame, that's normally when that tells me a wooga, red flag. You know, why can you not ask them? Yeah, there's work. There's a good possibility of this coming into fruition at some point. There needs to be clear communication. Okay, clear communication is normally what solves a hell of a lot of the riddles, right? When you're out there in metaphysics in soulmate land, you can have a lot of questions that need answering, but what you forget to do is actually ask them. You know, you actually forget to actually ask the soulmate, and because it is here, and there is a good possibility of being with this person. Okay, because it leads more up to this. If I could just ask the right sort of questions at the right sort of time, and I play my cards right, okay, there's a good chance that we can kind of unite here and work together, or work on something spiritually. If not work, then it would be working on soulmates coming together at some point and doing whatever kind of work it is that you would do on each other. When you hear soulmates say, we've come here to raise the collective energy and we've come here to do work. Oh, no. You've come here to do work on each other, not with everybody. Okay, so when they say collectively we're all working towards an energy that's going to heal the world, no, that's bollocks. No, you've come here to work on yourself, okay, because we're all related to one another. So you don't just get one soulmate. Each soulmate that you meet, each twin flame that you meet, you go through work. That work isn't a collective energy that works on everybody else. You know, you don't walk into a room and your energy just suddenly fucking heals people. You know, no one's an angel, right? What you do is you've come here to work spiritually on a project with a soulmate. The project is you, right? Because they're the mirror, the adversary of you. It's the only person that will show you yourself. When they do, that's when you do the work. It isn't on anybody else, it's on yourself. There used to be this absolute load of bullshit that used to fly around with tarot readers that used to say, we're collectively come here in order to do soul work with everybody, and our energy heals everybody. No, 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 it doesn't, trust me. Right, what you've come here to do is work spiritually on yourself with another soulmate that has the chance to work on themselves. Then you ascend and you go on to another one, or you stick with the same one. Depends what you've come here to work on, which is your karma. Okay. But yeah, anyway, Angel, here, there's a good chance that this could come into fruition. You just need to ask, okay? And then, I don't know if this person's at work here, okay, at work. But if it isn't at work, it would be working on the relationship, but it would also be spiritually what you've come here also to work on. Because 3 is the magic number. Okay. So that means spiritual work as work and whatever. Okay. And if it doesn't lead to mundane work, it leads to working on yourself here. Okay. Learning courage and strength and confidence will be one main factor of lesson. But yeah, you should, because it's kind of in the cards here. Okay, and then you work on it here also. This is you also continuing to watch tarot readings and learning quite a bit. I would actually promote my own channel if you want to learn stuff and you want to go to the teaching gold tier. But yeah, it's there all the same. Learning about equality, okay. Does he love me? Well, lust. He's learning to, because you've got the lovers there, but you've also got a metaphysical connection. I can't ever answer that question. Does a person love me? If they love you, they'll be showing you and expressing it. So then I normally throw that back at the client. They want to know, does the person love them? And I say, okay, you want to know if they love you, but if you was to love them, why are you not expressing it to them? A male is no different than a female. That's why it's called one man. Okay, so, you know, if you love the person, then why are you not expressing that to the male energy? All male energies like to feel as if they're wanted. Okay, they do like to have their ego scratched now and again. So, you know, no, I did get to you, Garnet, but I did ask, but you weren't here, so I'll go back to you in a second, because we're just wrapping up this one. But your questions, Angel, my soulmate, yes. Does he love me? Is learning to. It is more lust energy at the moment. It is there. He possibly knows that you want a relationship, but I would just flop him out. You know, flop him straight out, fall in front of the guy and go, oops. Oh dear. And there you go, Bob's your uncle, right? I'll definitely do something like that. Show that you want the person, right? And see how it goes. Okay, so Garnet Goddess, is your question? Give me a name to call out, not the question, because your question, it was a bit difficult. I think it was the same one from before. I don't think there'd be much change at the moment. Yeah, flop them out, Angel. Get your groove on. Oh, sorry, George. Whoops, I had it pops. Oh my God. Is that you, Pippin? Yes. In the flesh. Aaron and Oliver. Aaron. Is it Aaron? That's Aaron, right? Something going on around family and judgment of divorce. 5 of Wands. There's a conflict going on within a family setting or marriage here. There's metaphysical energy. Did you pay A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Aaron. So this is a good time now, Garnet, in order to tell me again what the situation at hand was. because it is right up here. Here we go. Is the Virgo still secretly wanting to keep the connection with his ex, or is he honest? He's wanting counselling and to cut her off. Does he intend to reconcile with her? If I leave, why would you want to leave for a start? But again, there's a lot of conflict here. There's conflict over a connection that may have been there, but it's not going very well. He has an ex with kids. Well, that's one thing that's always going to be there, Garnet. If a person's been married and they have children, okay, a lot of these people on here may know that. Hey Jay, you all right? They're always going to be connected, always, because the children can grow up and have grandchildren. So that's a long drawn out cycle, that is, because they will always more than likely be arguing over the children, manipulating each other if they've been very controlled. That's why they got divorced, and it can go on for a very, very, very long time. My sister and my friends that I know of are great adversaries for that, and they got divorced a very, 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 very long time ago, and they still go through it. They still go through it with the ex, with the children, and they're all old enough. They've all moved out. They're all married, pretty much. They've all got their own houses, but they still go through it on Facebook, and the children being not wanted and then wanted, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. This is why I say try not to ever really have children, but again, people do, and you do, and we need to do that pretty much to keep co-creating, but the world keeps getting worse the more we keep populating. But people do love to keep popping them out. Yes, she's a narc. I just don't know if he wants to be with her or just attention seeks with her. Have you asked him this from the last time, Garnet? Have you spoke to him? Because, I think you said you did, right? There's a time when you have to believe the person, right? You have two options in life, really. You're either going to believe him or you're not going to believe him. The more that you ask the question, okay, to him, and he tells you an answer, and you come up with, okay, well, you've just told me an answer, and that's what I wanted to hear, but that's really not what I wanted to hear. At some point you've got to realise, okay, I've got to believe you. If that's what you're saying, I've got to believe you, or I haven't. But you have to make up your mind. I either believe him or I don't believe him. Okay, that's not a question that you need to ask them. You just ask him that. If he tells you, yes, I want you, I don't want her, blah blah blah, you've got to trust. Yes, he lies. Well, there you go then. If he lies, I would make haste and get gone. I would. Because it feels to me like you don't trust this person anyway, And if he still wants to keep messing about with the narc, and the narc still wants to keep messing about, which they do, okay, I would just vacate like Elvis, me. I would say, do what you like, I'm out, Because I can't tell where this conflict is coming from, because I'm calling out Aaron's name. There's conflict here, there's sabotage and engulfment. There's also still a metaphysical connection with the children that are all being affected by it. Up and down, backwards and forwards and in and out. Is there a third party? Yes, because that would be her. Will that work out with them? No. No, it won't, because that's a karmic energy that he's got. But he has to realise his karmic energy. Now, sometimes to get out of these third energies is you have to be the one that vacates. If they don't, or he doesn't, or she doesn't, then the only person left to do that is you. And that's the only way a karmic cycle will break when you do an Elvis Presley. Okay, you'll still have to get over it because you'll more than likely be still metaphysically connected to the person for a while, maybe, depending on how long it takes you to get over it. But they are your choices. Will that work out between him and her? No. No. It won't. And it might be where you go and he decides, and then he realises, which is what a lot of soulmates do. They realise what they've lost when they haven't got it. And then when they get it back, they don't want it. That's exactly what I've been teaching, fear of engulfment. When I stop getting pressured is when I realise that I haven't got it anymore, so I want it. And then when I come back and I've got it, then I realise, oh, I don't want it. Right? So that will go on between you and her until everybody leaves him on his own and he decides what he wants. And then when he comes back, he'll probably do the same, because you've got to keep going through these abandonment, rejected, being abandoned, rejected and not wanted, and where has he gone, what is he doing, the questions, I feel lonely, I want to know, because he also suffers through rejection and abandonment from his ex-wife, from the children, and so on and so forth. So he goes through the same thing. Then you also get the fear of engulfment, of a choice that can't be made also, and too much pressure and too much going on that it's going to take one person to actually vacate. Now, if he's not doing it, he sabotages us, yeah. He does. But you also have fear of rejection as well, you see, because you're feeling as if you're going to give up on something that you've worked so hard towards. So I don't want to, so I'm persisting to keep doing it. You know, when really probably what I should do is stop doing it and make up my own mind. And, you know, the question is always right in front of your eyes. How does it look? How does it feel? How has it looked and how does it feel? If you was to look at the circumstance, what's it been like? Shit and hell? Because if it is, that's the question, that's the answer in front of your eyes already. You know it. Okay, because here it's just all over the place. Upside down, everywhere. Sabotage, abandonment, still metaphysical connection, no one making a choice, no one making a decision, still going around the same thing, still connected to the ex, constantly will be, okay, children involved, possibly here, okay, and around you go until someone vacates. Sometimes, as empaths and spiritual people, we have to realise, okay, I can step aside and I've had enough. I can step aside and let you have what you want. There you go. Have it. Let go of the rope. Let go of the reins. Normally that's when people learn and think, shit, I haven't got a crutch anymore. Right? I haven't got someone to fall back on. And then that's normally when people just realise, oh, I haven't got the person that I used to have. Now I want them. And he'll more than likely come back with his tail between his legs. But if he's a liar, well, it'll probably be a tail instead of an actual tail, to spell differently. Tail, tit. Right? You tit. Why did you go and do that for? Well, I really want you now. Oh, do you? What, until you sabotage it again? Yeah. It's a bit like the Likely Lads, really. Men, right? We were born with a tail between our legs. What's judgment here for? Four of Wands. So again, more to do with the house and the home, the mortgage, the ex, also you, under judgment. Do I want to give up on where I live? Does he live with you? He's bipolar. Yeah, bipolar isn't normally... It wouldn't normally be, like I said, it wouldn't be lies and narcissism. It would just be someone that suffers through an up and down mood, really. Their mood will be up and down. It wouldn't really affect, you know, that doesn't make me want exes and fucking, you know, lie and manipulate. It's just what a person would normally go through with their own mood. Five of Wands. King of Cups. Yeah. Abandonment. He was probably abandoned as a child here. And so what he needs to do is feel what abandonment really is here, which means no one being in his life in order to support you anymore. Okay, if you want to know what abandonment is, there you go. Be abandoned. Okay, that's the only way you're going to learn. I think there's a narc then. What is his deal? We live together, yes, but I am considering leaving, tired of his games with the ex. Yes, his dad left him. There you go. Same as the other person that came up. This is him, but this is also his dad. So this is where it comes from, you see. So this is Aaron, right, here. But this is also his dad that left him and abandoned him as a child. So what he's learned is that. That's why he is now this. Because that's what he was taught. This. So what you've got now is the same situation on your hands. Where he feels as if, you know, I'm alone in this and pretty much I've got to sort it out and I sabotage everything. You know, because that's what he was taught, to close down emotionally and physically and everything else. Okay? And that's what he's learned. So that's what he also teaches you here. Because you would be going through the same thing, because you would be fearing losing everything that you've built up. Having to start again, start over, you know. What happens to the house? What happens to the home? What happens to the mortgage? Am I fearless? Do I care? Really or truly? Or do I realise that if he's gone, I have nothing else to focus on? Okay, apart from me. So am I okay with being alone and on my own and having to start again? Or possibly never finding another person? Or do I want to continue on the way I am? You know? Yeah, but that wouldn't really be great, Garnet, that, because that's blame. You see, that's blame. That's the last thing you want to do, is hate another person. You can do whilst you're angry at them, but really what we don't want is harm to come to anybody, because they can't help it. They can't help it, you know. I know you'll see it that way, because you'll think, what an arsehole. But they can't help it. They just are the way they are. If a person's an arsehole, then they'll probably be an arsehole, but just don't be involved with them. You know, it's pretty much like when me and Emily went away, like I vlogged, and we was walking through the street and we were really enjoying ourselves, you know, and it was very pleasant, and these two kids in two cars came by and said, "Fat bastard," and it really threw me for, like, I was sort of annoyed, but I tried to ignore it, but like it really pissed me off, you know. And it's kind of things like that. You just got to kind of like think, okay, just stay out the way of dickheads and people. Okay, just stay out the way. And you know, you can't always blame them. It's just the way they are. Probably an overeducated idiot, sure. Straight out of nappies, sure. But we'll never see them again. Don't have to be involved around that energy. You see, so people the way they are, that's them. Okay. Look at Jay all done up with a new icon. Yeah, but you see, you have to... People are dickheads. They are. They're very manipulative and nasty people. But, again, they can't help it. They're just bred that way. That's the way they are. That's the way they were raised. Okay, to probably not have any respect. And the only thing you can do is let them do what they want. You know, people will destroy the world as it is. Yeah. Is that perhaps he's sick to death of threats of mother, narc sister being poisoned in a hospital, fake people reports being mugged through. What on earth is that for? Yeah, so Garnet, the turn up is still there. I think I told you this before. You still love this person. You still love this person, but you know you don't want him the way he is. But unfortunately, a pig is a pig, right? And if they are, you know, that's the way they are, and they normally have their cake and eat it. Seven of Cups. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. There's worry about this. I think that what is also keeping you there, Garnet, is also worrying about the divorce if you was to get one, or like that you live together. You know, if you live together but you're not married, it's basically common law. You still have rights to the mortgage or the house or the rent. Have you got a mortgage? Have you got a mortgage together? What is I don't know what Ali. What is it? Yes, happening here. I don't know what the fuck. It's kept YouTube in business for 2 years. No, we rent. Ah, good, good. So that's not too difficult in order to find another place then, right here. Because I mean, if he's not around much, does he support you financially, or do you support each other financially? Is that a problem? Because there's love here, but there's kind of like, I think that's mainly him here. Because it's still like still not talking about it, you know. Still not wanting to talk to about it. It's probably because he doesn't want to make a decision. That's what I'm saying. It probably comes down to you making the decision. No, he doesn't support me. Oh, really? Kick this guy's ass to the curb, man. Fucking let him feel what sabotage really is. You know, eventually you do have to do that. You know, if someone keeps sabotaging things, let them sabotage it. You know, that's what they want to do. They can't feel what that really feels like until they do it. That's why they keep doing it. So let them have it, right? You want to sabotage things? There you go. Have sabotage. Have it. Feel what it's like to be alone. Okay? Because he's still not talking. Still not talking about it. And that goes for the last time that I was live and we went through the same thing. Still doing it. Still doing it. Still not talking. More than likely lying. This is also lying as well. Here. Because it's, I don't know who you're speaking to. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know, you know. And it could be speaking to one person, not speaking to the other. Here. He's going around in circles. He's just a lie. He always needs attention from her, I guess. Yeah. Let him go straight fat face and fall over on his ass into a narcissistic relationship and realise that that was such a bad move. You know, normally when you can normally tell when people like want to control each other because they keep arguing. You know, they keep arguing and they love doing it because they love getting off on each other's arguments. Me, I can't stand arguing. I'm the first one out. Soon as the temper is raised, I'm like, oh shit. I put my head down and I'm out. And I stay out of the way. And yeah, I don't like aggression, arguments. I don't like mood swings and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh no, no, no. No, I don't want any of that. And yeah, I don't like it. And it makes me kind of think, no. You know, if you want to be angry, then just be angry on your own, but not with me or, you know, I don't need telling what to do. So yeah, got it. Same old story, sweetheart. Unfortunately. Have we got any nice male energies on here for Garnet? You have a friend like that? Yeah, I have friends like that. I have people like that. I don't like conflict, and I don't really like people. I find it, but I do like people. I do, but your dreams always get shattered when you know, like people. You just always get let down. So I think we're pretty much done. I ain't going to be too much longer. I can't have any more readings because it is nearly 10:30 at night. And it's getting about that time. He loves drama. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do. I don't know why they love drama. Like a lot of people in this town, like you go to the pub and they love fighting and they love getting stuck in there and I can't stand it, me. Like it fucking I just don't like it. Like I I don't see why people like all that. And they go to pubs and boozers, and it's full of like rowdy people and like very loud and stuff. And I can handle it for about 5 minutes, but then I'm like, oh man, just give me Netflix and the internet, and I'm cushy. Like, I think it's probably me just getting too old. What is this about this? I need to know where this is coming from. What is this? I'm a male dealing with a female, or like I'm a. I don't get what that's for. I'm a female dealing with a Taurus male. I don't get that. Why people say male, female. Hello from Essex. Ah, Essex. Damn, go on. Not far from London town. You're right. You know, Essex. I've been down there a couple of times. I got a friend, one of my best friends, Mike. He's a Cancerian. He's from up Essex way. Or was. He's here now. But you predicted my granddad's death. Death. Drop Dead Fred. Oh yeah, it comes up in so many readings and predicted me for it. Oh right, yeah, Drop Dead Fred's dead in a bed, Ted. Yeah, I mentioned that today actually with 2 clients that I had. Oh, honey. Right, there's a quick freebie, Courtney. Can't do freebies for everybody. I'm not picking up anything about court. There's a lot of working and waiting, children involved, blocking, metaphysical, lust not love, metaphysical soulmate, attention seeking, nothing coming up about court. So, I don't know. I mean, how do you do it against court? You can't. If someone lies and you go to court and people lie and manipulate, the only thing you can do is stay away from them. If it's an ex-husband, you can't. Not if you had children. Yeah, so, you know, if it's just you and a child there and you're going to court, there's no way out of that. You know, if it's involving you having a child with a narcissist, there's... is constant. You know, you can't stop a narc from lying. If a person lies and lies in court, you can't stop them from doing it. That's the trouble. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing spiritually you can do. There's no help that anyone could really kind of give you if you're dealing with a narcissistic person, and it comes to court. Well, I mean, look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. You know, it was all over the news, and it's still going on. You know, she's now skint and in bankruptcy. Back to court for custody of our kids. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you know, I don't agree with that, Courtney. But because I don't know your ex, but the trouble is you had a child. So when a person, like, say for instance, if he had the children or the child, you would want to go to court to fight him for the children, right? You would want to do that. Now, regardless of whether you like him or not, or what he is, or a narcissist or a toxic person, or lies, and you don't want your children anywhere near him, from his side, what he's going to be thinking is, I want my children back. So the only way I can do that is go to court. So he's thinking exactly what you're thinking. If you were on the other end, you would go to court with him to get the kids, right? And co-parenting, yeah. So whether you get on or not, or and stuff like that, you can't stop it because you had children. I come up against this with a lot of people. You had kids, you had kids. That is a strong karmic bond. Is children strong, strong, strong karmic bond, because they're not for Christmas. They last for 70, 80 years. It's not a dog either. It doesn't live till it's 12. It's like it's 70 years, possible 80 years. So, and they co-create and create grandchildren and everything else. So when you have a child and you get divorced, you've got a hell of a time that doesn't end. It doesn't. It will be constant, and it's happened, and it does. And I've seen it happen with all friends, my sister, family, people, married, exes, problems, still going on. All the children have moved out, moved on, still goes on, because of the children now creating grandchildren. And I don't want her seeing the child and the grandchild. I don't want him seeing the grandchildren. Why can't I see the grandchildren? Because you're an asshole. And it goes on and on and on. I wanted it to be fair. Yeah. You see, I mean, I'm definitely going to stick up for you, Courtney, because you're on here, right? I don't know your ex whatsoever, right? But what I would know from an outsider, whether I know him or not, from an outsider, anybody would say, I want my children, I'm prepared to fight for them. That's equivalently anybody that would normally do that. Now, there's a lot of male energies I know that wouldn't even do that. They never did, because they didn't want the children. And they never forked out for them and paid any money or anything, You get contrasts of people when they get divorced and they have children. But the trouble is, regardless of that, he is going to fight for the children because that's what he wants to do. So there's nothing there's nothing spiritually that's going to work that out of what you can do to get out of that, because that's going to happen. It's, equivalently set in stone, the fact that he wants the children back. So all you can really do is continue to be a mum and be a good one and make sure that nothing slips up. Make sure that there's nothing that he can do or find out or anything like that that will jeopardise, that will go in his favour. Okay? Try not to really play dirty. Just keep your head down and stay out of the way. Okay? Normally, children go with their mother. 9 times out of 10, children go with a mother. Okay? 9 times out of 10. Finances question. Can't answer it in tarot. Are you self-employed? If you're not self-employed, finances will never get better unless you're self-employed. Unless you do more hours. If you work in a shop and you get paid £20 a day, you'll continue to get £20 a day until you do an extra 3 or 4 hours a day. If you want better pay, you need to get a better job, unless you're self-employed. I get this asked question a lot. I want to be rich and I want to be successful. Is money coming my way? But I'm not self-employed. I work somewhere for someone. No, is your answer. In order to get more money, you need to be self-employed. So you can actually put work in to get it. It just takes a hell of a lot more work. It's harder to be not working. Well, no. No, that's your answer. Money is definitely not coming in if you're not working. There's no get rich quick scheme. Anything that a tarot card reader will tell you, yes, you're going to be loaded. No, that's the truth of it. No, I can't do any more now. But yeah, money-wise, you've got to be self-employed. My advice would be, if you want money, try and find a niche of being self-employed. Okay, because money will always stay the same if you work for a person. I stay-home mum trying stuff online. Yeah. Well, that's, you know, that's all right, Courtney. I hope it goes well for you and your child. Looks like a cute kid, anyway. Say hello. Hello, Uncle Steve says hi. um, but yeah, money wise, like I said, yeah, I've got to be self-employed. It's one of those things, you know. Thank you, Lynn. At some point, I'll come back on, but like I said, you know, I'm just giving Sonia advice on self-employment. If I was to come on here and not say to people, look, you know, I can answer questions all day for you. Do you know how much money I will earn from this video from YouTube? Nothing. I don't get any money from YouTube to do this video because it has about 300 views or 400 views max, and I don't normally put adverts on these. So my money will be nothing. It'll just be literally what I earned for a few readings, which wasn't too much. Because YouTube take the majority of it in tax, and it still wasn't too much either. So me, I've done like 2 or 3 hours work and I've probably earned £10. Right, so there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's the difficulty of money, you know. Oh, that's okay. It's fine. I would love to do it for free, but unfortunately YouTube just don't cut it. It's okay if I put in like a load of readings per month. It kind of adds up, but you know, to be entrepreneurial, you've got to have other things. You've got to have websites. You've got to have other stuff, you know. This is why I'm building the vlog. I'm hoping the vlog at one point will reach 1,000 subscribers. And by the way, if you guys don't know, check out the vlog, Behind the Life of Tarot, okay? It's comedy and loads of different stuff that comes out over there. But like, you know, I'm working on building that up as a company. So I can hopefully take whatever money when I get to 1,000 subscribers, if I do, I can continue to do that and this and the music channel, and then eventually build them up and build them up and build them up to eventually where I might start earning a little bit more revenue. When you're self-employed and you're an entrepreneur, you have a little bit here, 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 and then at the end of the month you add it all together and there it is. Okay, that's what you have. Okay, and that is self-employment, right? So, you know, if you want advice on that, I would suggest trying to find niches of what you're good at. Yeah, trying stuff. Yeah, a lot of people do. My advice, if you want to do anything on YouTube, vlog your life. You know, try to be, well, you've got to really be entertaining when it comes to vlogging. But vlogging is much easier to do than tarot card readings and stuff like that. It's a dying art, tarot card readings, because there's so many. You know, people love a lot of the times to sit and watch stuff, what people do in life. I love vlogging. I love watching people do their life and whatever they do. I love it. And it's easier to get ahead doing vlogs. Okay. You know, because there's so much that you can do. You know, just, I don't know, get a camera and list it as I spent 4 hours sitting in a dark bathroom on my own. I spent overnight sitting in a dark room when I'm scared of the dark, and just put it in there and sit and scream for a few hours. You know, and try and get a few views that way, you know. But yeah, I would try vlogging. You just need a camera, GoPro, and be interesting and have something to talk about, okay? Hobby or something, okay? But like, yeah, you get on much better that way. YouTube, not my thing. On Instagram only. Instagram is going to be a very difficult one in order to make money off. You've really got to be like YouTube, really. But YouTube doesn't pay. It really doesn't pay much. You know, people think that YouTube pays a lot of money. Like, you know, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. It can support you, but you know, you've got to be one of these people that have 25 to 30,000 views per video at least. You know, if you're just basing it off money from YouTube, it's got to be around that 30 to 40,000 views per video at least. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to call it quits. So that's me testing out my new camera. I think I've earned £10, so I'm alright with that one. But anyway, guys, so if you haven't, check out the check out the vlog, which can be found in the description below. There's a new one over there at the moment. Emily was doing me a tarot card reading. But check it out, see what you think. Eating donuts, yeah, there's another one over there as well though, that I just did today that I put out. Did you try TikTok? So many. No, I don't really want to do TikTok, not really. No, TikTok's really not my thing. I don't like joining the bandwagon, me. I try to think of something else. But, yeah. Trying to build up my website, really. That's like, you know, there's a lot over there. So, that's what I want to do. Anyway.